Presenters, if you're interested, if you have maybe taken notes, this is a thing that's really interesting to me. Go to the presenters afterwards, talk to them. I think all of them will be happy to share some more about their projects. Next one, we come to this division, to the communication director of this division, so we have to get a little bit more formal. Since now a division communication director will speak, please all stay in order and follow the insights that Brother here has to give us. Thank you so much.
I didn't remember my name.
No, I'm so, you know, I'm so.
So in all.
No, to stand beside Victor Hulbert. Yes, I know again. To stand, it's such a good thing, such an amazing experience for me. So really, just for 1 second, forgot your name, Victor. I'm so sorry about that.
I thought the sarcasm was an English accent.
No. The problem is, I think I stayed too long here already in England. So
yeah,
this kind of spills over. It's not 10 minutes. I'm not running it. So. But now. The stage open for Victor.
Okay, I wondered what I could share with you that is actually going to be useful to you, as well as kind of telling the story of what we're trying to do within the TED. And as you can see, we try and tell stories. But it's how to get the story across to different people. We do it and have done it in print form and in web form, but it doesn't always get through. When I came into the TED, as I expressed yesterday, my question was, what does the TED do? What are those directors doing there? We hear, I'm sure that doesn't happen in your division, but people say, why does the TED, why does EUD exist? You know, couldn't we do with a layer less of administration? And all those questions are there. And I had the same questions myself. And so I thought, you know, let's talk to the directors. And so I picked on one in January, when I just started there in January. I picked on Claire, who looks after children's ministries. And when she came back from a trip to Greece, I just sat her in her office and pointed a camera at her and asked her, what exactly do you do?
Things take a long time. They've made friends in the village, they've shown people that they care without actually expecting them to come in the church.
Okay, I'm just showing you a few seconds of that. The interesting thing was, it wasn't amazingly produced, that video. There were quite a few mistakes on it, and I'm really glad that Aspen has left the room because he's my biggest critic and he helps me to get better. But after that was published in our TED News and on our website, Claire suddenly started getting emails from people going, wow, that's what you do. Wow, that's important. You're doing this stuff in Greece, it's amazing. And it was, you know, there's a whole church plant in Greece that she talks about in that video that is from one family, one grandmother with some children that started inviting those children to church. And now there is a church in Greece, mainly made of her family and her family's friends. It's a fantastic story. And so we did it with Claire, and then we started doing it with other people as well. Don't worry about those statistics, but we produced 33 video reports last year that started to tell the story of what's happening around our division. Now, how do you do it? I'm not a video man. My background is radio. That's where I started in media. And then I moved from that, no, I didn't move from it, I added to that writing, I added to that eventually television. In fact, I resisted television and video editing for years because back in the day when it was analog and you had time codes and all of that, you're not old enough to remember that, are you, Clive? Oh, your dad, yes. And I thought, I will never ever do that again. And now suddenly it's got easy, so my grandchildren are almost editing videos already. But my encouragement to you is that actually it's not difficult. I generally try and use a DSLR camera that I carry around in my bag, but my basic rule is you use the best camera that's available to you, and the camera that is always with me is this one. and it's not an iPhone, it's a Samsung, and it works, it still makes videos. And people watch them and comment on them. Whatever you've got, just use the best that you've got. Because the important thing is not the equipment, it's telling the story. I plug an external mic into it so the sound quality improves, that's a useful thing to do. Take your DSLR, have a backup camera because you never know when it's going to go wrong. But I will use the phone. If the phone is all I've got, I will point it at people and you can get good interviews and good stories, just make sure there's got a bit more light. And when you're interviewing people, I always say take some B-roll as well. So I do my story with you, and then I just take some shots around the studio or around the outside of the building. It makes it easier to edit because you can hide where you've jumped and left out 3 minutes of the really boring bit in the middle and come back in again. And it adds to the picture. And editing software, I'm not a very technical person. I don't use the full version of Premiere. I use Premiere Elements because anything else is above my intelligence level. But you can still produce something that people are willing to watch. And the most important tool, really, seriously, is creativity. Don't worry about the equipment you've got, just use the best you've got, but try and use your mind. Let me play you another short sample. I won't play you the whole thing. This was last Sabbath.
Today has been a fantastic day, Global Youth Day. Across the area, we have had people going to nursing homes and singing. We have people on the streets and doing Sabbath chairs. We've had people go to hospitals. And here in Holston, we've been giving out free hugs, free drinks, cookies, and we've been doing Read It Out Loud.
Okay, I'm going to stop it again because you all watched it last Saturday night on Hope Channel through Global Youth Day. You've watched it too many times probably. But why I'm saying creativity is that drum corps was actually the very last thing I recorded in 2 or 3 hours of being there and following the youth as they were doing their various witnessing activities. But it's the thing that will catch people's attention, so I put it right in at the beginning and then cut away to the other things. And it produced a story. And a lot of people watched that story. Most of them watched it on Hope Channel or on the Global Youth Day live stream, but they started watching it on our website as well. And distribution is one of the important points about that, and something I have learnt very recently. Espen touched on it a little bit yesterday, but we put that YouTube, we put that little clip up on YouTube at roughly the same time that it was airing live on Hope Channel and on the Youth Day live stream. And over the next 24 hours or so, it got about 285 hits. Which isn't fantastic for, the T.E.D communication director can only get 285 hits per hour. And YouTube is what we use when we write a news story for our website, and we embed the video, we embed it from YouTube, so we have to have it there. And the thing I learned a few months ago is put it on YouTube, but also put it on Facebook separately as a Facebook upload. And you can see on YouTube we got 285 hits. On Facebook, we got over 2,000. So make sure you spread your technology out when you're doing it. Embed it on your websites because it's always there. Then there's a permanent record that you can go back to. And if you do it well, it will get picked up by others. AMN sometimes takes our videos and plays them on their channel. The last example I will show you in a second was from World Refugee Day last year, and I was very impressed, Jennifer, because even though ADRA had produced some superb quality videos, you actually played the one that we made, and I think you played it because it was timely and it was relevant and it was on the spot. It wasn't something that happened 3 months ago. And so that's my other lesson to you. When you're making a video of that kind of standard, you're not looking for the highly polished product that's going to win Oscars. You're looking for something that very quickly can tell the story. And this is what Corrado and I did for World Refugee Day.
This is my first time in Greece. I've come here by choice. It's beautiful. The scenery is stunning. The sea is warm. the people are friendly, it's great. But when I've finished my time here, all I've got to do is pull out my passport, get on a plane, I can go wherever I want. Sadly, not the case for the people I've been visiting this week. People that have come here out of danger, away from death, and now they want to travel on to find a new home, a new life. Sadly, they're stuck.
Okay, you can find us on our channel. And that young man there that you just saw, he's 16 years old. He'd seen 500 people, some of his own family, murdered in front of him as he escaped from ISIS. And you can imagine he's there in that camp by himself, no family members there, traumatized, emotionally, in very difficult situation. But thankfully Adra is there with what's the word? Yeah, not psycho. With psychological support. They have a team there from Adra, Slovakia in particular, that are helping with that. But that told the story. And because it told the story, it was taken up. So in the last 19 seconds, what I emphasize to you is go ahead and do it. I'm not a videographer, I just take the camera and I do it, and each time I do it, it gets slightly better, and one day Espen will be proud of me. Be timely and do it as it happens, not 3 weeks later think about maybe I should do it. Content is the most important, and finally, the best camera is the one you've got with you. So whatever you've got is best, just use it. And send something in, publish it in your local, if it's a local church, publish it on your local church website, publish it for your conference or your union, send it to us. If you've got a good story, we want to share it, and it goes viral. If it's really good, even Jennifer will add it to ANN, and she will be so happy because she is looking for good video content, and if you've got a mission-focused story, all of us will call you blessed. Thank you.
Amen.